The Long Road from Moscow contains scenes of depicted violence and strong language. I suggest that you don't listen if you don't want to or if you don't feel comfortable with it. But if you want to listen to it, you are more than welcome to. So, with all of that out of the way, let's begin with Chapter 2. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Chapter 2. And no one cared. When the army of Frost had first begun, they seemed like they were only a terrorist group, committing small acts of violence in Ukraine and Belarus. Until on January 7th, 2022, the Frost had taken over the country of Belarus. And then later, they overthrew the Ukrainian government. And then they took over Lithuania, Latvia, then Estonia. Then they took over parts of Finland. Until they gained the will to invade Russia. No one cared. No one cared about these terrorist overthrowing governments. No one cared that what they did to people was sick and twisted. And no one gave a shit when they took over Moscow. By 2024, Russia had been split in half, and a third of Ukraine was scorched by the frost. The entirety of Finland was lost. They attacked so many people, so many countries, and no one cared. They took over Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Poland, Georgia, 2/3 of Kazakhstan. They even spread to Nepal and Bhutan. And no one cared. Not the British, not the Americans, not the Canadians. No one. Mikhail's mother told him on the day the frost took over Moscow, "If you see a soldier, do not speak to him. Do not interact with him. He will hurt you. Understand, my son?" "Yes, mother," was always Mikhail's answer. Then, one day, Mikhail saw the frost building walls around Moscow. They weren't building those walls to keep something out. They built them to keep the people in. Terrorism. That's what this was. Mikhail had few rights as soon as the wall was standing. He could go to school, but it was mainly secondary school, math, literature, and history. History was Mikhail's favorite thing to learn, mainly so he could hear about times from long ago. He heard about an era of war during the 1940s. The German army invaded the world and put people into camps, mainly Jews and prisoners of war. "These people are like the Nazis," Mikhail would say to himself, "and we are like the prisoners of war." Mikhail had run into a soldier once or twice. Most of them would force him to apologize for running into them. But one soldier he met was kind to him. Mikhail was walking home from school one day with his head down, and he walked into one of the frost soldiers. The soldier whipped around angrily. "Who the hell?" The soldier yelled as he turned around. Then the soldier looked down at Mikhail, who was scared for his life. A child," the soldier whispered. The anger behind the soldier's eyes vanished, and the man reached into a handmade leather pouch and pulled something out. It was a chocolate bar. The man unwrapped it and broke off a piece and handed it to Mikhail. "Let everyone be nice. Go home and be careful next time," the soldier said, turning back around and walking off toward the border checkpoint.